Hello. It's been a while since I've done this. Welcome back to the channel. This is Auntie Q ASMR, or a channel formerly known as I have not been active for a couple of years at least. So this video is probably going into the void, but maybe not. But shall we talk about it? So yeah, it's been a long time. It's been quite a while, and things have changed a lot for me, and well, I guess I'll just start from the very beginning. A couple years ago, I made some big changes in my life. Things got busy, real busy, and I just kind of stopped making videos, finding the time and the motivation. So what ended up happening was I decided to basically completely change my life and what I was doing. All of the old videos that are still on this channel were recorded from my studio apartment, the closet of my studio apartment that I had in downtown San Diego. That's why I always recorded in the closet, because living in downtown of any city, it's kind of hard for you to be able to find quiet, even if you are recording videos in the literal middle of the night. There's always something going on. So I was making my little videos from my closet featuring Petal. Sometimes, hopefully you remember Petal. Petal is doing fantastic. She is turning 7 years old next month in November of 2023. More on the kitties later. But I no longer live in that apartment. I no longer live in San Diego. I no longer live in California at all. I no longer do the jobs that I was working while I was making my old videos. I don't have the day job anymore. So the big major change is probably that I quit those jobs and became a flight attendant. So that is what I do now. I fly around the world, and it's amazing. I love this job so much. I got the job offer. I started applying about, it's a long process of getting hired. I think I applied in February of 2022 and started the interviewing process, which lasted all the way until mid-May. mid-May is when I got the job offer. Woohoo. And then in June is when I reported to training. I spent 2 months living in a hotel and attending the training center. I got COVID while I was there. That kind of sucked because training was supposed to be a 6-week process and it turned into 8 because I spent 2 weeks really sick. But I was fine. Everything's fine now. Because what had happened is I turned 26 right before I went to training, which meant I was no longer on my parents' health insurance. But since I had not yet successfully completed training and grasped my flight attendant credentials and officially secured the job offer, making it go from conditional upon completion of training to official, I was not yet on the health insurance of my own. So there was like a couple of days there where I was in the hotel having COVID, like a really high fever, and I was like, I think I should go to the hospital, but I couldn't because I didn't have health insurance. But it ended up being fine. Everything's fine. Got over that. Went back to training. Finished out the last 3-4 weeks of my training. Then I graduated, and then I got on the line, as we call it, when you're flying a monthly schedule that's being on the line. So I got on the line in August of last year, 2022, is when I started flying as a flight attendant, and I have been doing that all the time ever since. And the base that I bid for and was awarded was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So at first I was commuting from San Diego to Minneapolis by plane every time I had to go to work. And so if I had a flight that I was supposed to work at 6 a.m. on Tuesday, I would fly in at 11 p.m. on Monday, stay in a hotel, go to work, try to stack up my trips back to back to back and work for a few days without having to pay for my own hotel, and then fly back home to San Diego. But flying from Minneapolis, Minnesota to San Diego, California, it's about a little bit more than 3 hours. It's about a 3-hour, 20-30 minute flight. Occasionally it can take up to 4 if there's crazy weather coming out of Minneapolis, which does happen. So, as you can imagine, I got tired of commuting fairly quickly, and I moved. I moved from sunny Sunshine, California, my apartment in downtown and the famous San Diego, and I moved to Minnesota. I had never seen snow before in my entire life before I got this job, and now I've lived through a Minnesota winter, so I love the snow. I've been waiting ever since we got snow for the last time, which was in April of this year in Minneapolis. I've been waiting since then for the snow to come back. Because one thing that everybody who I told, all of my California friends that I told that I was moving to Minnesota, everybody was like, oh, you're gonna hate it. It's so cold. It's gonna be snowing and cold. I love the snow. I would much rather be cold. In my opinion, San Diego weather is not great. It's too hot. If it's above like 70 degrees, I will be complaining because I like in the 40s, like 43, 45. That is my perfect weather. And I loved the snow and the cold that we got. But the one thing that all the people who were telling me to be worried about the snow, what they didn't tell me is that when it's not snowing in Minneapolis, it's really freaking hot. Like, right after April, it was like constantly like 90, 100 degrees. I can't be doing that. So, it's finally getting cold again in Minneapolis. There's supposed to be a big storm coming this weekend. Right now, the weather app says that we might get snow on Friday or Saturday, which would be the first snow of the season, and I'm so excited for it to come back. It's all I want. I love the snow. I readjust I'm kind of kneeling on a bench in a vanity of my hotel room right now. I'm working right now. I'm not working right now, but I just worked the flight from Minneapolis to New York City, baby. And that's where I am right now. So that's okay. So I was saying that it was always hard to record videos in my downtown San Diego apartment. One thing that surprised me is that basically all the hotels that I have stayed in have been nice and quiet. So this is something that I've been meaning to do for a while, because I figured I should probably take advantage of that quiet and like try to make a video again sometime. So I recently bought one of these dinky little lo-fi mics on Amazon, and I pack it in my suitcase inside of a tea canister. What used to be an oolong tea. Is now a container to keep this. So I bought it off Amazon. Probably like a week ago, and I put it in my bag, and I've just been carrying it and thinking about trying to record a video. And yeah. So here I am. I'm in New York in my hotel room. It is currently 1:37 in the morning. And I need to leave this hotel at 5 something a.m. I should know that. I should know what time I need to leave so that I know what time to get ready. And then I will be flying back to Minneapolis, and then when I get there, I'll be done for the day. Monday, and I'll have 2 days off to go get snow tires put on my car. Anyway, so that's kind of the update. That's where I was. That's what I've been doing. I kind of focused all my energy into completely uprooting and redesigning and changing my entire life and identity because like I am a flight attendant now. Like that's me, that's what I do. I am so about it. I love it so much. I have so far in the past a little over a year, I've gone to almost all 50 of the United States. I go to Amsterdam so much that I like have a routine. It's like my little home away from home. There's a D store there that I absolutely love that I visit every time, or I'll hop on the train and I'll go to like another neighboring city. Like I really like Harlem. I really like Saint-Saëns. Pardon my pronunciation, but I go to Amsterdam a lot and I love it. I've been to Paris a lot, London, I've been to South Korea, and I've been like hiking in Canada, in Banff. I have gone to Lima, Peru, and you also, when you become a flight attendant, you get flight benefits, which means I fly for free on my airline, and then on pretty much all other airlines I pay like the tiniest little bit of money to get a standby reservation. So I've also done some personal traveling. Back in February, I spent about 2 weeks traveling around Turkey, and at the end of June, early July, I spent about another 2 weeks traveling around Albania. Those were both life-alteringly incredible experiences. And just, I mean, that's crazy to me. That's what I get paid to do. It's amazing. I could not be happier. But it took a lot to get here. Just like deciding that that's what you're gonna go after is a lot, because this industry is wildly competitive, and with no prior experience, I am so fortunate and pretty proud of myself that I was able to get the job with my dream airline on my first try. But doing that, I mean, once I decided that I was going to apply, I did so much research. And after I submitted the application and was met with interest and invitations to different steps along the interview process, like all of the time that I wasn't spending at the job that I had at the time, I was spending like studying and learning, like how can I get this job. So I mean, that's literally what I did with all of my time, and then it worked, and now I got the job. And I moved across the country. I live in the snow. I changed my hair. I dyed it to like a uniform, appropriate, normal color. Got new glasses. That's not related to anything. I just really like them, and I got them like a week ago, and they're really great. I love them. I turned 27, so I'm getting old. And like I said earlier, Petal is turning 7 next month, and she's doing phenomenal. It took me quite a while to get my cats moved in with me, because when I went to training, that was a 2-month-long ordeal, and during that time my cats lived with my mom and my dad at their house in California for the 2 months that I went to training. And then when I would come back, I would go visit them. And then when I decided to move, it was a whole transition period of first like finding the apartment and getting everything set up and figuring out how I was going to be able to take care of my cats as a single flight attendant who has no roommates and no friends in my new city. So I researched that a bunch, and I always had a robotic litter box, but now I have robotic feeders and treat dispensers and live feed cameras with 2-way microphones so I can talk to them. And basically it took about, in total, from when my parents started watching them when I went to training, about 6 or 7 months before I got them flown to Minneapolis to come live with me. So I have Petal with me now, and she loves the new apartment. I upgraded. I was in a studio apartment in downtown San Diego. I now live in a 1-bedroom apartment with a sunroom addition. Those are oddly popular in Minnesota, I noticed. That a lot of the apartments that I looked at had sunrooms as a selling feature. But that's super cute. It's another room attached to my bedroom. There's a set of window paned French doors that go from my room into the sunroom, and the sunroom obviously is just windows, which the cats love, and that is their bedroom. It has all of their toys and their beds, so they have their own room, so I don't have to feel so guilty about them being without me a lot of the time. But they love it. They love being able to be in the windows, because at my San Diego apartment, my landlord only knew about Rumble. I think you met Rumble once. He is not like Petal. Petal's super chill. Would always sit there while I recorded my videos on her little cat bed and just hang out. Rumble, not so much of a sit-still guy, but I do remember I introduced him to you in one video. He was the OG cat, the first one that I ever got. I've had him for 10 years, and I found him on the street, so I don't really actually know how old he is, but he's probably 13. And then there's Mila. That's right, we have another cat. Mila's about 2 years old. She's another street cat awarded to me by the cat distribution system back when I was still living in California in May of 2 years ago. I was at Walmart and I was getting litter and cat food for my other 2 cats. And I found her crawling underneath my Mini Cooper, and I was like, did I just see a shadow moving? And I bent down, thank God, and I scooped this tiny little 4-week-old kitten out of my wheel well. And she was just abandoned in the parking lot. It was nighttime. I looked around to try to find her her brother or sister's mommy never found him. She was definitely the runt of the litter. She was sick when I found her, so I think somebody evil just kind of dumped her. And then she found me, and now she's my little baby, and she is like a dog. She has the personality of a dog, and it is hilarious. So all three of them love the sunroom because at my old apartment I was only allowed to have one cat, Rumble, and I slowly acquired 2 more cats that the landlord didn't know about. So I always had to be really careful about them being in the windows so I wouldn't be found out. But at my current apartment they allow me to have 3 cats, so they get to hang out in the windows all the time and they love it. My street facing window up on the 3rd floor, every time I park my car, they go to the window and they start meowing at me as I walk up to the door, and it's so cute, and I wave at them and I watch them on my security cameras while I'm gone, and it's all just worked out beautifully. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I don't know if I'm gonna post this video. But I had been thinking about trying to make a video again for quite a while. I mean, I never really intended to stop, but it just kind of happened that way. But now I've settled in to this new lifestyle that I have, and I figured, like, it's been pretty quiet the whole time I've been trying to make this video, so as I sit here in the vanity section of this hotel room between the bedroom and the bathroom with my phone propped up on the ice bucket that I flipped upside down, and I put my hydro flask on top, and it has a little handle and it has the straw, and so I flicked up the straw and the handle's this way, and I put my phone like right here. So that's my tripod, and I'm really surprised it hasn't fallen over. That's fantastic. And it stayed quiet the whole time, so I think that kind of proves my thinking that I had, that this would be like kind of the ideal opportunity, like if I'm gonna be in hotels all the time instead of a noisy downtown apartment, that I should try to make videos again. So I sat down, I had it in mind to try to make like a 15-30 minute long whisper, soft-spoken ramble just about where I've been and where I might be going, just to let you guys know. So I'm gonna watch this back, and if it doesn't sound awful and if I don't cringe to death, because doing this feels really weird now because I haven't done it in so long, then I will go ahead and post that on up, and hopefully I can try to seize a little moment here and there when I'm in hotels. I mean, the apartment that I stay in now also is like relatively quiet, but with 3 cats it's also relatively chaotic, and I also don't have any furniture yet. I know I've been living there for a year. I have a mattress on the floor. It took me a long time to upgrade from a sleeping bag, because when I got the lease and I got the keys to my apartment, I flew back to California. I packed up my suitcase that I use for work and my additional, one carry-on, one personal item. My carry-on luggage was my work suitcase. My personal item was my backpack that had my sleeping bag and my inflatable sleeping pad that I use for camping in it. And I went back to my apartment and I slept in that setup for months. months, until I upgraded to an air mattress. And I slept on the air mattress for another long series of months until I finally, not even that long ago, I think like no more than, I think in December of last year. So I guess it's like 10 months ago, but still. I guess that felt like a lot. Wow. I guess I didn't spend that long on the sleeping bag or the air mattress. It just felt like a long time because it wasn't that comfortable. So from October to December, that's what I was doing. And then in December, I finally got a mattress off Amazon. I spent $170 on a cheap mail order mattress that got delivered to me in a box, all vacuum sealed. And I got that in December of last year. So I've had a mattress for like 10 months. That's pretty good. And then it took months to get my stuff from my apartment all the way across the country to Minneapolis. And as you can imagine, upgrading from a studio to a little 1.5 bedroom situation that I have now, like the amount of stuff that I have doesn't fill that apartment. I had my desk, and I had a nightstand, and that's all the furniture that I had at my old apartment. And that is still all the furniture that I have to this day. My mattress is on the floor. There is no bed frame. My desk is in the living room, little entryway area, and my nightstand is next to the bed on the floor. The mattress. I can't even call it a bed. And I just haven't got more furniture, so I don't really have like a filming setup at home. And the reason for that is like, I'm kind of broke. I mean, I'm fine. But like, I would rather spend the money that I make on traveling and taking trips. Like, I work enough hours that I can afford to take 2 weeks off about every 3 months or so. And then I spend my money in those 2 weeks traveling. And as a flight attendant, naturally, your home base, your apartment, is a place that you pretty much always leave. Like, I'm only ever really home so that I can shower, sleep, eat, and leave again. So I just can't justify buying a bunch of furniture. Like, I don't have a TV, I don't have a couch, a table, whatever. I have all my kitchen gadgets. I still love to cook. But I typically eat sitting on the kitchen counter. That feels really cozy to me. Like, I really like doing that. Just kind of eating over the sink. I don't know, it feels cozy to me. But I just can't justify buying furniture because, like, say I had a couch, I wouldn't use it. Like, I come home, I shower, and then I get into my bed, and then I sleep in my bed. And, like, why would I spend all that money getting a couch just to not use the couch? I would rather accumulate more money so that I can do more traveling. So it's not that I'm broke, it's just that I can't does that make sense? I can't justify that in my mind. There's so much more stuff that I would rather spend my money on. Like, I have what I need to be comfortable, and that's enough for me. It is a little embarrassing when somebody comes over and I'm just like, yeah, like, I know it looks like I moved in here like 5 minutes ago, but I've actually lived here for a year and I just don't have any stuff. But if they don't like that, that's their problem. I don't really care. All of that to say, I don't exactly have like a filming setup at my apartment. So hotels. So for today, this video is from New York City. the next video, who knows? But yeah, that's basically it. If you're watching this, that's amazing, and I appreciate that. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, I guess. For hopefully more videos. We'll see how this goes. But yeah. Anyway, I hope that you were able to enjoy this video. It was kind of relaxing, even though it's also really chaotic. And I feel like I've forgotten how to do this. I've been trying to do like a mix of whisper and soft spoken, and I don't know if it sounds good at all. Hopefully it did. And hopefully there will be more of these to come. And hopefully you will be there for that and tune in.